Students, good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
So, we are now studying oligopoly, the last chapter in the microeconomics. We will finish this one today. We will try to finish. Then, next class we can start macroeconomics. Okay, we will see. So, last class we studied the oligopoly market. A few large producers, they can produce homogeneous or differentiated product. There may be possible for the producer to produce a standardized product, or most probably, most likely, they will produce differentiated products. So because of few producers, they have and they are differentiate and they are product. So they are few producers and they are few large producers. You should not think only few producers, few large producers. So they can produce differentiated product. So they have control over price. So like pure monopoly, they can make price, they can set price for their product. So they have a control over price. So this is, even they control over price, they can make price or set the price, but they should consider other competitors or other rivals in the industry. So that is mutual interdependence, because there are few large producers. So each producer's profit depend on others' strategy. So if other producer price, output and advertising affect the other producers' profit, because they in the market, their market share, the total amount they produce, it's significant amount because few large producers. So if the price, one firm change the price, it will affect the other firm profit. If the one firm produce more, then it will affect other firm profit. If one firm advertise more, it will affect the other firm demand and profit. So mutual interdependence. So their profit depend on others' strategy. So they are mutual interdependence. In the monopoly, only one producer. So he doesn't need to consider others' action, reaction, or anything he change in the price or output or advertise. So, but here, if one firm strategy affect other firm profit, so when this is mutual interdependence. So then each firm should behave strategically. So when that is strategic behavior. When a firm change the price, that firm should think they make a change, how they will consider how the others will react for that. Then only they make decision. When they make any decision, one firm, when they make decision, they will predict. They have to predict how other rivals, the competitors will react for this change. Then they consider those, then they make decision. So if they reduce price, then how other rival so make changes, how that change will affect his profit, then he will consider that and he will make decision how much to change price or how much to increase the profit, how much increase the advertisement, like that. So then they make their behavior is strategic behavior. And whenever make any strategy, they consider others' reaction. So we call that is strategic behavior. So mutual interdependence and strategic behavior. It's a characteristic of the oligopoly market. So entry barriers. So like monopoly, here also some same reason may be the barrier to enter a new firm. So here also few large firms because of the economies of scale. So natural monopoly occurred because of economies of scale. Some industries, when we produce more and more, the average total cost continuously decrease. That is economies of scale. So like that characteristic also here they make oligopoly, one reason. So some industry, the average total cost decrease. There is a economies of scale. So few large firm produce, then they are producing at the lowest cost. So the new firm cannot enter. New small firm cannot enter. That is one barrier, like in the monopoly market. Like some monopoly, some firm control the raw material. So then they become, that firm become monopoly. Like here, few firms control the raw material for that production. So you can see all the countries, doesn't have the fossil fuel, some countries. So Middle East have more, some other countries also have. So only few countries. So that is then they are oligopoly. They control the raw material. So gold, silver, copper, not all the countries. Some countries have. So they in a world market they become oligo. For that product market is oligopoly. So some ownership and control of raw material help explain why oligopoly exists in many mining industries. So these are entry to barriers and mergers also possible. So like earlier, some oil producing country they pollute and they are not merged. That is another example. The mergers is police. Some firm merge, then they become large firm. That is then can make a oligopoly market also. So then we studied in the monopolistic market the firm concentration ratio. The firm concentration ratio can be used to determine whether this market is monopolistic competing market, oligopoly, so or monopoly. So firm concentration ratio, that means the few large firm total market share, the sum of their market share to the total market supply. So for few firms, for few large firms, four large firms, the four largest firms in that industry, the four largest firm market share, the summation of that market share to the total output in this industry. So if that ratio is more than 40%, then we can say that industry is oligopoly industry. So the four largest firm in that industry's market share, the total market share of that, the four largest firm to the total market supply is 40%, then we can say that industry is oligopoly industry or market. So if we see the US manufacturing industry, more than half of the manufacturing industries are oligopoly market. So sometimes when we calculate this firm concentration ratio, we consider like national level US. So they calculate like that, but we can see even national level that may be monopolistic or something like that, less than 40%. But if we take some region or local area, there are only few firms, large firms control more than 40% of that area market share. So it can be locally oligopoly market. Nationally, if we calculate the firm concentration ratio less than 40%, then we can conclude that this is not a oligopoly market, monopolistic competing market. But if we calculate the firm concentration ratio in some area, not all the firm will not do their business. So only few firms operate that area, then that they are only the 4 firm concentration in that area maybe more than 40%, then we can say the localized market is for that product oligopoly market. So, so when we consider the competition, so if we calculate national level, so we say these are more than 40%, then for firm concentration ratio, then we can say competition is less, because if it is oligopoly market, competition is less. So competition is decreased. The higher competition in the pure commodity market, then monopolistic commodity market, then oligopoly, then monopoly. The competition is decreased. So if we calculate 4 firm concentration ratio, then it is high, we can say competition is less. If we consider only the particular index, but there may be inter-industry competition. So we cannot simply say only few large firms, then there is no competition much. But some product, there are competition from other products. So that industry have higher competition. Now steel producing company or aluminium producing company or few companies, then we cannot say there is no much competition. But for the aluminium, there is a competition from copper, steel, like that. So if we consider other industry competition, so we can say there is a high competition. We cannot say only few firms produce aluminium, then there is no less competition. So in the industry competition also we should consider. So if we don't consider the import products, if we calculate only the local product, then we may say the competition is low. But if we consider the import product also, then competition is high. So there are some problem in the 4 firm concentration ratio, then we can use Herfindahl index. So the monopoly market also 4 firm concentration is only 1 firm, then 100%. But if oligopoly market, there is a 4 firm, the market share 25 each, then the 4 firm concentration ratio also 100%. So the oligopoly market, if we say only 4 firm, monopoly market only 1 firm, so the 4 firm concentration ratio both same. So we cannot say both firm competition is same. But monopoly, there is no competition. Here oligopoly 4 firm, but there is a competition. So 4 firm concentration ratio cannot measure the competition sometimes. So Herfindahl index, if we calculate the percentage summation of percentage square of all firms, not only 4 firms, all the firm, the market share summation of market share square. So it will give solve that problem. So like that, but anyway, sometimes Herfindahl index may be low, the competition may be high. So there is a Herfindahl index is better than the 4 firm concentration ratio to decide oligopoly market or monopolistic commodity market, and also the competition level. So because of mutual interdependence and strategic behavior, so one firm action affect the other. So one firm profit depend on not only that firm's strategy, but also other firm strategy also. So in the oligopoly market, a firm profit is not only depend on that firm strategy or that firm price and output, but other firm strategy, other firm price and the level of output. So one firm profit is not only that firm decision, but others firm decision also. So then we can explain how the monopoly, the firm, oligopoly firm behave in the market to maximize their profit. So we can explain by game theory. So this is a simple theory we explain, but in reality, it's a complex theory. So, but you can understand something. So there are two competitors. So these are the transport service or flight. So to example, two competitors, they have two price strategy. They can set higher price, low price. So each strategy so has a payoff matrix profit. So if both firm say their strategy is higher price strategy, then both firm get $12. So 12 million profit. 12 million profit. If we say both firm, only there are two firm, both firm set the price high, then they use higher price strategy, then both firm will get $12 million. So, but if you see, so if we say initially they are in this, they both say higher and they use higher price strategy. So both are getting 12 million profit dollar. So then they see when others have higher price strategy, if he choose low price strategy, his profit increase to $15 million. So then there is a temptation to one firm to increase and reduce the price. So if they are independently act, they don't communicate, they don't know what others going to do. So they are independent. So they are independently acting. So then one firm can reduce the choose low price strategy to increase his profit. Like that, other firm also think if the firm has higher price strategy, he choose low price strategy, he can increase. So if both firms do like that, they think they can increase their profit by choosing low price strategy. They think others are choosing higher price strategy because they are earlier both are in the higher price strategy. So then other firm may think the other firm is in the higher price strategy. If he choose he reduce the price, he can increase their profit. So both are thinking like that because they are not communicating. They are independently acting. So then both think like that. So they think they can increase. But finally, what will happen? If both did, they will get lower because they both choose low price strategy. Then they get 8 million profit. So earlier they get 12 million, but if independently thinking that they can increase their profit by reducing the price, others keep the higher price. Then they both get million. So then this action, the result normally in the games theory called prisoner's dilemma. So still in the cases they use this strategy. So if they two people involved in committing any crime, then the legal authority they separately into a board and say that if you confess that your crime, you will get less sentence or few years jail. And they say if you not confessed, other person confessed that he did crime, then you will get higher sentence. You will get jail more than double like that. So then both will, they are independently, they cannot communicate, they are in separate prison. So they think if other person confess, they both did together that crime. So they will think if other person confess, he didn't confess, he will get more years, he should be in more years in the jail. So then he will think he can confess. Other person also think he can confess, then government give few years jail. So both confess, then they can find they did crime. So many cases like that. So if anybody, even recently, there is a crime in the financial market worldwide. So they did this strategy, then they confess because otherwise they will be. But even he confessed, they say he can get 125 years jail. So you may have seen this news in the paper. So like that. So this is prisoner's dilemma. Only this is possible. This game can be applied. This strategy only possible one time. Okay. So the prisoner's dilemma, the prison they can only one time happen that case. So then this can be applied to that situation. But if it is happened repeatedly, then like oligopoly market, if this repeatedly happen, so then they think because they both choose low strategy, they are getting, so then they understand. So then they higher strategy, then they can. So they again they move to higher price strategy. So in the oligopoly market, we can see price is not changing frequently. In other market, in a competitive market, if you go to fish market and vegetable market, you can see every day price is changing. So some product, so milk powder like soap, the milk powder like that, only few large firm produce. Then you can see price is not changing every day, very infrequent, not happen frequently. So sometimes, if anything in the macroeconomy, the whole country economy change, then price will change. Not they are not changing price frequently to small the changes in the demand and supply, because they don't want to change price. But if the whole economy is something change, they will change. So the oligopoly market price is inflexible. So most of the time. So now if you see milk powder, it's not changing. If the government, anything, something change in the economy, so dollar price change like that, then they make some changes with the government. There is a government intervention also. So they don't, some industry like that, they don't want to change price frequently. So because of this, if one person change, one firm change, others also will change. Then finally they will get low payoff. So this is one reason to explain. We will see some other models. So also, so game theory. So many problem, everything in our world, the problem and decision we take using game theory. We can, by a game theory, we can explain everything. So in economics now, most of the theory, they include this game theory to explain how the people behave. So by using game theory, we can explain the mutual interdependent and pricing policy. So we know the oligopoly market, we can explain why the price is not changing frequently like other markets. So because of this, one person decision affect others profit. So one firm profit not only depend on that firm action, but others firm action also. So mutual interdependent. So when they make pricing policy, they think about others reaction. So that is can be explained by game theory why the price is inflexible in the oligopoly market. But if the condition or situation change in macroeconomic level, then they all firm together change the price, not single firm change the price. So if the price increase, all increase. So collusion. So there is a possible for the game theory can explain. If they collude, they agree to higher price strategy, then they can increase the profit. So from 8 million, if they collude, come to agreement, then they can have higher profit. But still, if the agreement, so earlier, oil producing countries, they are oligopoly market. So oil producing countries, they collude. They collusion OPEC body. So then they can control the price and the output because they become like a monopoly. So they got higher profit, but even they collude, but there are temptation to cheat. If like earlier case we saw, if they cheat, if they made to production, every country should produce this amount barrel. They sell at the same price, but if they produce, others cannot know more. If they produce more and sell more, then at the higher price they can get profit. So there is a temptation to cheat. They think price, they don't reduce price, but secretly they produce more than the agreed each producer should produce. So if the production increase, price will go down. But they want to secretly produce more and sell the market. So it is difficult to measure the amount they produce. But price, if they reduce the price, it will obviously they can see. So then there is a even collusion, there is a possibility to cheat. So incentive to cheat, then finally they may get prisoners dilemma solution. They both get lower profit. So that is why OPEC countries that collusion cannot stand for longer time. In few years, then they collapse. So this one. So then in the oligopoly market, to explain the behavior of the firm, there are three models. Like in other market, pure commodity market, monopolistic competing market, monopoly market, we use only one model to explain the firm behavior. But in the oligopoly market, one model is not enough. In some situation, the one model can explain well the producer behavior. In some situation, some oligopoly market, the collusive pricing model explain. So now OPEC countries, that time the collusive pricing were explained well in that type of situation. Some market price leadership model. So we can see different situation, different market, the oligopoly market, different products have. So there is a variation in the oligopoly market. So competition is different. So some oligopoly market competition very low, only few large firm. In some firm, many large firm, but oligopoly market. So competition may be high, and they are producing different quality products. So then in the competition, there is a variation, and also product quality also variation. Then we cannot explain the behavior of the producer in a oligopoly market by one model. So specifically some market we can use king demand curve model, some market collusive, some market price leadership. So if you see some oligopoly market, there is a one dominant firm. So there are other firm also there, but the one firm change the price, then others follow. So it's like a leader. So but that leader also not change the price frequently because he knows other producer will not be happy. Then it become problem. So he will not change price often, but they will change, he will change when there is any change in the cost of production or demand or something, then all will agree. They don't communicate. But if they become the collusion, that is in some most of the countries, that is prohibited by law. So then they will not have a collusion or any agreement, but they accept one firm as a leader. So there is no formal agreement among the firm, but the one firm behave like a leader. There is no formal agreement, so no legal problem. That firm, the dominant firm, change the price, then others also change to increase their profit. So that we can observe some oligopoly market, so that the dominant firm will not frequently change because others will not agree or that they will not happy, so they will react. So but when any price change, the dominant firm by some interview or some report or something like that, he will say that price going to be changed. Then others, the firm will understand. Then they change the price. Then the dominant firm communicate not directly through other media that there may be a price change. Then in future, then they change. So that is some market we can see this price leadership model in the oligopoly market. Collusive pricing, we all know that the OPEC countries like that in many example in Europe, US and other places also. So King demand curve also other we can explain why three models, because of diversity of oligopolies. The competition is different and the product differentiation not like other market. So and also they are dependence on others, mutual interdependence. So that complication of interdependence. So we cannot choose one. We can use one model to explain every situation. So there may be three models. So non-collusive oligopoly. So King demand curve, with the oligopoly market, there is no any collusion. They are independent. So non-collusive oligopoly, all firm are non-collusive independently. So they choose two strategies: much price changes, ignore price changes. If one firm increase the price change or decrease the price change, other firm match. So if one firm reduce the price to increase his sale and increase the profit, they think if he reduce the price, the sale will increase for his product. Then, like that, if he reduce the price, other firm also then they are going to lose some sales. Then others firm also reduce the price. So then the one firm that reduce the price cannot capture other product consumers because others also reduce. But the sale increase because of everybody buy more. So then other firm also match. If one firm reduce the price, other firm also reduce. They don't want their customers to lose this firm. So then other firm also reduce. Then they will also not lose customers. This firm cannot expect we can uh, take take some customers from other firm, but they still increase because that is normally the all the customers they bought different firm. Now they buy more because of price reduction. So their one strategy is much price changes. If one firm, so if one firming but decrease, they use this much price. So and the other firm increase, they can also increase that matching strategy. And another strategy is ignore price change. So if one firm increase the price, then other firm ignore that price change. When the firm increase the price, will lose many customers, lose sales. So they can use two strategies. One is they can match with the price change with the other firm, or they can ignore. So then we can explain by this two strategy why in some oligopoly market its price is not changing frequently. The oligopoly market not like other market we study, the oligopoly market only we cannot observe prices are changing frequently. Prices like inflexible. Sometime the price will change depend on the country economy situation or cost of production, like that something change. Otherwise they don't change like other markets frequently. So the King demand curve can explain price inflexibility. We will see the graph. We can explain this easily by graph. So now if you see there is a D1, D2, two type of demand strategy. So for a particular firm, demand look like that. D1, D2, if the other firm reaction with, depend on other firm reaction. So this particular firm demand D1, if other firms match, price decrease. So then the demand curve steep because even he reduced the price, this firm, other firm also reduce. Then the sale will not increase much. So the demand curve will steep. So, but if other firm ignore, then the demand curve is more elastic, not steep curve. Because if they increase the price and other firm ignore, his sale decrease. So then this the other firm strategy like that, this firm may face the demand curve like that. So they are marginal revenue curve like that. So there is a dark line in the marginal revenue. I will explain by what you can see for the particular demand curve. One strategy, they are associated marginal revenue for that demand curve. So now the price is P naught. So now the market price is P naught. That like that, this two demand curve intersecting point, we say that is the price now. So then what will happen if it is that price? If other firm from P node, this firm reduce the price, then others firm also reduce the price. They match the price decrease. Then the portion of demand from the E to D1, when the price match. But then if he increase the price from P node to higher price, then other firm ignore. So then this firm demand curve not like a straight line, the king demand curve. So the E point E is king. So not a straight line, a firm demand like a king demand curve. So the prevailing, the current price, from the current price, particular product price, if the price is firm, the firm increase the price, other firm ignore. So then demand curve from above that price look like a flat, not steep. But below that price, the demand curve steep, because below that price, other firm match. The other firm using price matching strategy. Above this price, they choose the ignore the price. So then if the demand for this product firm demand is king demand, then marginal revenue like that at the point E, the marginal revenue have a break. So then you can see if the so marginal revenue, marginal cost decide the amount of output and the price. So all the market marginal revenue equal marginal cost, that firm get higher profit. So here now you see in the second figure, so we saw that firm, a particular firm demand like a king demand. Then marginal revenue corresponding to the demand curve, king demand, marginal revenue look like that. So then if the industry or market, the cost of production increase or decrease in particular time, the marginal cost may shift upward or downward. So, but marginal revenue equal marginal cost. So then if anything change in the cost, the price will not change. So they won't change it because marginal revenue, marginal cost. So this is the reason the price inflexible in the oligopoly market. We can explain this why in the oligopoly market, some oligopoly market price is not very frequently. Even there is a change in the little change, not big change, little change in the cost of production. Even fuel price increase, so fuel energy need for all the production. So if the fuel price increase, but this some product price is not changing. But some other product, if the fuel price change, immediately the price will change. In a competitive market, in monopoly market, in the monopolistic competitive market, fuel price increase, we can expect immediately the price change. But in the oligopoly market, we can't change immediately any change because they don't want to change the price because of the pricing strategy. because they follow both strategy, matching, and ignore. So that is why in the oligopoly market price is inflexible. So, but the criticism on this model is some people criticize this model because here we start from the PO, the price. We say the price, the current price is this. In that point, the demand is king. But this model didn't explain how the PO determined. So this model, we assume the price, PO is the current price. At that price, the demand is king at that point. But he didn't explain, this model is not explain how we find this PO is at the king point. So that is one criticism, but this model is explained somewhat by the price is inflexible in the oligopoly market. But this model didn't explain PO is the inflexible that price. But this model explained even small changes in the cost of production, but price is not changing for that change in the cost of production. So it explained why if other market, if the cost of production change, we explain other products, other market by the model. If marginal cost increase, then marginal revenue, marginal cost equal that criteria change, the output level change and price change. But here we explain the price is not changing, or if marginal cost change within this range, if the marginal cost increase above that, then price will change. Okay, students, so we can show that collusion. So now, so we will have little, so next class we will continue that only 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then we study macroeconomics. Okay, student, I stop here. Hello?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.